Welcome. I think today I'm going to let you actually see me, and we're just going to share my screen so you can understand the concept, because there are many different ways to represent what we're going to be talking about. And what we're talking about is relationships or mathematical relationships, which are basically a pairing up of numbers. So a relationship is comparing two things together, and it could be written as a table. It could be written as a set of ordered pairs. It's the same relationship. It just says that 12 is paired with 19. This says 12 is paired with 19. 1 is paired with 14. Down here we have 1 is paired with 14. 13 is paired with 0. 13 is paired with, oh, it wants this to be a 0. So in other words, it's just saying, okay, we could represent this relationship between numbers as either a table or a set of ordered pairs. Now remember, ordered pairs, if we go to graph them, the first value is your x, the second value is your y. Just like up here, the value on the left is x, the value on the right is y. Right? They could also show it to you as what's called a mapping. Now the x values are usually called the input or the domain values. The output or the y values are called the range. So in a mapping, what they do is they just have this box or circle, sometimes ovals, where they have all the values that you can use as an input, which they call, again, the domain, and they point across to another square or oval or circle where they have all the output values, and those again are called the range. So 10 is paired with 19, 12 is paired with 10, and 19 is paired with 3. So down here, when we go to fill out the ordered pairs as points, we go, okay, what's 10 paired with? We come up here, 10 is pointing at the 19, 10 is paired with 19. Now we're trying to represent the whole relationship, all 3 points. So they already did the 12, 10. So the only point that's completely missing is the point where it pairs 19 up to 3. So we type 19 and we type 3. So it's just a different way to represent a relationship. Another way to represent relationships is by a graph. Now remember, a graph is a coordinate plane where the horizontal is x, the vertical is y, and again, x is our domain, y is our range. So when we look at these mappings, again, is what they're called, these mappings, it pairs 3 to 2 different values. It pairs 3 to 3 and it pairs 3 to 8. So again, I'm going to come over here and look, okay, well, the mapping says it pairs 3 with 3, but there's no point there because it says which mapping represents this graph or this relationship. Since 3 does not go to 3 on the graph, this one doesn't represent it. It's got to be this one. But to be safe, let's see if 3 is paired with 8. In other words, an x value of 3 goes all the way up here, an y value of 8. So yes, that point has an x value of 3 and a y value of 8. 3 is paired with 8. It also says 10 is paired with both 3 and 8. So the x value, the domain, the input, 10, is paired with a y value of 3 and also a y value of 8. So we have 2 outputs for this one input or this one x value. Again, here they have a graph and they're having you fill in a table that represents the points on the graph or this relationship between numbers. We have now be careful, if a point's right on the x-axis, it has a y value of 0. Its x value is over 1, 2, 3, so don't get the x and y swapped. X value is 3, but we're not up or down on the y-axis, so it has a y value of 0. X value of 8, so I come over here and find the 8 value on the x-axis. I look up until I find my point. I look left until I see what the y value is that's paired with this x value of 8. It's 6, so I type in 6 and hit submit. Again, now they're actually going to have you plot some points. So let's see if they've actually plotted the point 6, 5. I come over here 6 and I come up to a y value of 5, it's that point right there. 8, 3, if I come over here 8 up to 3, they've already have that point. 0, 0, They don't have that point. Now remember, 0 means I don't go left or right, and it doesn't mean I go up or down. So 0, 0 would be the origin. And I believe they already have the point 7, 4. So remember, the x is horizontal, the y is vertical. Again, here they gave you the set of ordered pairs. They want you to put it in a table. I'm just going to look up here and notice that 13 is paired with 9. But be careful, I notice I had 2 9 values down here for my y. They have the one that's paired with the 5 paired with the 9. So I just need to plug in the 13 that's also paired with the 9. 13 has 2 outcomes, a 9 and a 1, but that's all right. These are relationships. In another lesson, we'll learn about functions, which have a specific rule. These are not functions. I want to emphasize that. These are not necessarily functions. They are just relationships. They're just matching up certain input, domain, or x values with certain output or range or y values. So this 17 goes to a negative 13 and a negative 11. They have the negative 13 listed, so don't accidentally just do the first one you see. It's the negative 11 they want. This should allow you to fly through this lesson. They're all going to be very much the same. If I skip up it, it's the exact same concept all the way through. If you do have questions, do please bring them to class. Just put in every single ordered pair from this list and you would be done. If you have any questions again, we'll talk to you in class.